Bonjour! You're coming to France for work and you're wondering if you can benefit from French healthcare and how? Yes, you can, and from your first day of work. But this is not automatic. I will give you now a step-by-step process to make the bureaucracy easier for you. I'm Giga, a French serial expat born in Brittany and raised in Lyon. I am also a global mobility professional for the past 12 years. I blog at Expat in France to help English-speaking expats to understand the French culture and find their ways in the maze of the French administration. So how to register with the French Social Security, also called Assurance Maladie? The Assurance Maladie gives reimbursement for medical care and medicines under specific conditions. As a foreigner, you may be entitled to it. The two main ways to access French healthcare is first when working in France with a French work contract or as a self-employed under a French registered company. That way you will be contributing to the social security system through the social contribution deducted from your income. The second way is when justifying a stable long-term residence in France from 3 months duration. If you are in this second situation, you will find more information in the video up there. Now I will focus on how to get registered with the Assurance Maladie if you have a French work contract or are self-employed. One important tip before starting. When you register your business, for example as a micro-entrepreneur, you will see on the paperwork a social security number. This is not your social security number. This is a fake number until you provide your actual number. Many administration systems in France cannot work without a social security number filled in. Let's dive in. The first step to any bureaucratic process is to prepare your document. An important rule that applies to most of the administrative processes you may undertake: never send original documents unless it is clearly specified. Only send copies. Also, the process to receive your social security number is long, so the sooner you start it, the better. So here are the documents you need to prepare for you. First, a copy of your ID. Passport or national ID card if you're an EU citizen. Then your full French bank account details in your name, often called RIB in French. You cannot provide someone else's bank account, even your spouse's, and a foreign bank account, even European, will not be accepted. Then a copy of your work contract and your first payslip. After your birth certificate. If your birth certificate is written in one of these languages, you will not need to provide any translation. But if it is in any other languages, must be translated into French by a sworn translator approved by a French Court of Appeal. Other translations will not be approved, even the one done by translators accepted by the French consulate. Also, in some cases, these documents should be apostilled or legalized. This will depend on the bilateral agreement between your country and France. You will also need to provide the application form, fully filled in and signed. You will find an official English version on my blog if this can help you. Then you should provide a proof of address of more than 3 months old under your name. It will not be accepted if it's only under your spouse's name. Your name must appear on the proof of address. This document is usually an energy bill, such as electricity, gas, water, landline, even internet, but mobile phone bills are not accepted. If you are being hosted, for example by your spouse, if your name doesn't appear on the proof of address, you can provide a letter signed by your host attesting the dates you've been staying there and the address, together with your host's proof of address, so an energy bill under your host's name, and a copy of your host's proof of ID. One important insider tip: if you signed your work contract on your first day of work, the contract copy will be sufficient to request the affiliation. But if you signed it before your first day, you will have to wait for your first payslip before being able to submit your Assurance Maladie affiliation. The Assurance Maladie wants to make sure you have actually started work. Then Where to send it? You will find the address of your local Assurance Maladie office on the Amélie website by providing your French postcode. I strongly advise you to send it by recorded postal mail. A centralized department will receive it. If you bring it in person to your local Assurance Maladie office mailbox, it can take about 3 weeks to reach the appropriate department. So better to send it by recorded mail. Then there is one thing to do. Be patient. It can take 2 to 3 months if you're lucky to receive your health insurance number. Some people even wait much longer, especially if the initial file is not complete or correctly filled in. Also, it happens that files get lost by the Assurance Maladie, so make sure you make a copy of everything. Then you might be issued a temporary number. You will receive it by mail, but you will not be able to create your online account on the Assurance Maladie website where you can track your reimbursement or also apply for a carte vitale. For that, you need to have your permanent number. Temporary numbers usually start with a 7 for males or 8 for females. You can use your temporary number right away to start requesting reimbursement of your medical care, but you will need to pay in advance and request reimbursement for each medical visit, as I will explain after. The permanent social security number is structured as follows. First, it starts with the gender, 1 for men and 2 for women, then the year of birth, followed by the month of birth, and the birth location, the French department numbers, or 99 when born outside France. What to do while waiting for your social security number? In the meantime, you can still go to the doctor and keep the receipts, called feuille de soins, together with the corresponding prescription. Once you've been provided with a social security number, temporary or permanent, you will have to fill in the top section of the feuille de soins, and don't forget to sign it. This is a common oversight that will delay the reimbursement. The Assurance Maladie can reimburse medical expenses for the past 2 years maximum. If you have underage children, can they benefit from your health coverage in France? Yes, they can. You must register them when you register yourself. Documents for every child should be sent in the same envelope as your affiliation request. They will depend on your social security number. You will need to fill in the specific form for minors that you can also find on the blog or on the Amélie website. You should also provide a copy of the child passport or national ID card for EU citizens. If the child is not European, also include the entry visa or stamp page on the passport, and also a birth certificate. The same requirements apply for your child's birth certificate as explained before. If your spouse doesn't work, or if you have adult children, they can apply for French Social Security after 3 months of residence in France. Make sure your spouse also appear on the proof of address. You will find more information in the video listed in the below section. Every individual over the age of 18 must register individually. Each one will receive their own social security number and carte vitale. As soon as you have received your permanent social security number, you will be able to create your Amélie online account and request your carte vitale. Then how to use your carte vitale? Well, every time you go to the doctor, you need to provide it. The Assurance Maladie will have the information on the doctor's rate, and you will automatically receive the relevant reimbursement amount on your bank account, the one that you have provided to the Assurance Maladie. This means that you always have to pay the doctor at the end of a consultation. The carte vitale will prevent you from sending the paper documents as explained before. And you can even link your carte vitale with your top-up insurance. For that, you should set it up with your insurance company. You should keep your carte vitale and your top-up insurance with you, as you will need them at the pharmacy. You will find more information about the French top-up insurance up there. Congratulations! You have now finalized this long process. One of the hardest, to be honest. You are now covered by the French healthcare system. I hope you found this information useful. If you did, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel for more expat dedicated content. Merci et à bientôt!